A very good morning to everyone. My name is Falgun, and in this video we are going to talk about structure and mechanism of heart. Okay, so let us first discuss the structure of a heart. Okay, so this is how it actually looks. Okay, the structure of heart is somewhere around in this way, which is similar. Our structure of heart is pretty much similar to this. Okay, so let us first discuss about the structure, then we'll move on to the mechanism. Okay, so structure, we have what we got here. We got two atrium and two ventricles. Okay, so upper chambers, as we all know, before discussing that I want to say something. As we all know that human heart is four chambered heart, right? So four chamber, it is once again four chambered heart. Okay, so upper chamber is called as an atrium, and the chamber which is below atrium, that is called as a ventricle. Okay, so the right side of a chambers, the right side atrium, and the atrium and ventricle which is present right side, that should be considered as left atrium and left ventricle. Okay, the chambers which are present left side, that should be considered as right atrium and right ventricle. Okay, so that is how it works. Okay, so this is the structure of a heart. Okay, so there is a wall in between the chambers. Okay, in between the chambers. Okay, so this wall is called as a septum. What? Once again, septum. Okay, this septum has the ability to separate oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. That is the main role of this septum. Okay, and there is valves. Okay, these structures are called as in valves. Okay, so what is the main role of valves here? Actually, valves prevents the backflow of blood. Okay, once the blood enters in this chamber, okay, from this chamber it goes towards the ventricle or other chamber. Okay, so this valves, what is the role of this valves is it prevents any backflow of blood. Means this blood once got into the ventricle, it cannot go back to the atrium. That is the main role of valves. Okay, so this is the whole structure of the heart. Okay, and now I want to discuss about the muscular wall, which is from where the heart is made up of, right? So I want to discuss about this muscular wall. Okay, so let us erase this and let us discuss about the heart wall. Okay, so now let us discuss about the wall of a heart. Okay, the wall of a heart is made up of cardiac cells. Okay, so now let us discuss more further. Okay, so the outermost layer of an heart is called as an epicardium. Okay, so epicardium is the outermost layer of a heart. Next to that we have middle layer of a heart, that is myocardium, and the inner layer of a heart, that is called as an endocardium. Okay, so let us discuss each of them bit briefly. Okay, so let's begin with epicardium. Okay, epicardium, as we have discussed, it is an outermost layer of an heart. What is the main function of this epicardium is it protects and lubricates the outer section of a heart. Okay, so what it does, it protects the heart and it also helps in lubricating it. Okay, so let us discuss about the myocardium. Okay, myocardium is a middle layer of a heart's wall. Okay, myocardium is a middle layer. Okay, so main function of this myocardium is it provides the thickness as well as it is responsible for the pumping as well. Okay, so the strength for pumping is provided by this myocardium layer. Okay, so coming to the endocardium, which is the innermost layer of a heart's wall. Okay, endocardium, that basically lines the heart's chambers. Okay, also it covers the valves. Okay, the valves, as we have discussed about the structure, about the function of these valves, right? So it also prevents any sort of sticking of blood in the inner wall of the of the heart, right? So it also prevents sticking of a blood. So guys, now let us discuss about the working of heart. Okay, so for make you understand about the working of heart, I just made this simple diagram of working of heart. I hope you will not have any sort of problem with that, right? So let us begin this. Okay, so I have considered as this portion as an heart. Okay, so let us take as in simple manner. Okay, so as we know, heart have four chambers. So here it is. So these two chambers are the the upper two chambers are the atrium and lower are the ventricle. Okay, so this side, the right side, is actually considered as the left, as I mentioned earlier. So this is the left atrium and below that left ventricle. Unlike that we have right ventricle, sorry, right atrium and right ventricle, four chambers complete. Okay, so let us start this working of a heart. Okay, so the blood from the lungs, the oxygenated blood from the lungs comes to the left atrium. Okay, once it reaches here, the region of left atrium gets relaxed. Okay, as blood is present here right now. Okay, now blood will flow towards the left ventricle through the valves. Okay, as it flows, then this portion of this left atrium will not have any sort of blood at that moment, so it will contract, while this left ventricle will now expand or relax. Okay, so that is how lub dub means what I meant to say here is that is how beating goes on. Okay, so the oxygenated blood comes from the lungs to the left atrium with the help of pulmonary vein. Okay, once it reaches left atrium, it moves towards the left ventricle. Okay, once it moves to the left ventricle, okay, with the help of artery is a blood vessels which carries the blood, right? With the help of artery, this the blood present in the left ventricle pass out and move towards the body. Okay, so this blood is oxygenated blood. This blood is oxygenated blood which is passing throughout the body. It circulates throughout the body. Okay, now from the body, the deoxygenated blood gathers and vein colors, or okay, once again, the other name of artery is rota. Okay, so the other name of vein is vena cava. Okay, so coming back, so the deoxygenated blood from the body, so the vein or vena cava collects all the deoxygenated blood and it transfers from the body to the right atrium. Okay, once the blood reaches to the right atrium, as I said, this portion of the right atrium gets filled with the blood, so this portion will be relaxed. Okay, then the blood moves towards the ventricle, right ventricle, so this portion will be shrinked, or this portion will not have any sort of blood now. Okay, so this now this right ventricle portion, as it contains blood, so it gets relaxed. Okay, so now the blood which is present in right ventricle, so this blood is deoxygenated. Okay, so it don't have oxygen, deoxygenated blood. So now this blood will move to the lungs. This deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle move to the lungs with the help of pulmonary artery. With the help of pulmonary artery, this deoxygenated blood moves from right ventricle to the lungs. Okay, so the main function of lungs is it converts the deoxygenated blood into oxygenated blood. Okay, so once the function of the lungs done effectively, then the oxygenated blood from the lungs now enters to the left ventricle by the help of pulmonary vein. So this process, this working continues throughout our life. Okay, so this is how this heart works. Okay, so I hope you have understood about the working of heart. So now let us discuss some facts about the heart. So now let us discuss some facts about the heart. Okay, let us begin. So heart pumps 5.7 liters of blood per day. Okay, so and the misconception of a people, heart is present left side of a human body, but most probably the fact is heart is present at the middle or in between two lungs, while the lower part of a heart, or more precisely if I'll say the ventricle part of a heart, is slightly bent or slightly twisted towards left side. So that is the reason why the as a heart pumps, so we actually feel the beats towards the left side. That is it. So heart is actually present in the center in between the two lungs. Okay, make sure you note that. So the weight of a heart is 280 to 340 grams in male, and in female 230 to 280 grams. Okay, so adult heart beats around 60 to 80 times per minute, while in while baby's heart beats quite more than adult's heart. Okay, so baby's heart basically beats 70 to 190 times per minute. So this was all about today's video. Okay, so I hope you have understood something out of it. If you really understood this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and make sure you subscribe my channel, so that in future I'll be bringing a lot many concepts like this. And stay tuned and keep watching the videos. Thank you.